Okay, now this is the finding for the authenticity, yeah, whether it's authentic or not. As we understand from what the term authentic refers to, authentic meaning something which is very close to the real life. So if we learn language, then we have to exercise on the language in which we then later are able to use the language for communication. So the teachers actually have to make the assessment authentic, portraying the real life situation in the teaching and learning process and the assessment situation, so that this may bring the students are able to function well using the language in the life situation. So in terms of the authenticity, we found that in almost all the skills that the authenticity is less, yeah. But actually, when we interviewed the teacher, they say that, well, we are ready to change. We are ready to change. We actually thought of having a good performance assessment of students' EFL learning, but yeah, unfortunately, we don't have enough equipment. Although we have the knowledge, like portfolio assessment, performance assessment, product assessment, self-assessment, and so on. Yeah, as we interviewed the teachers, they actually understand, but they were not able to use it to implement the authentic assessment. Yeah. Now, the teachers also said that they have challenges in doing performance assessment or authentic assessment, especially in assessing individual performance of the students. Yeah. And then they actually need help in we the researcher were expected to prepare them with assessment, yeah, the design of assessment, including the instruments which are appropriate to be used, yeah, based on the curriculum that they use in class in school. Then they also want to be helped in terms of the rubrics, assessment rubrics, and they expected that we can prepare the rubrics appropriate for more able students, moderate students, and less able students. So they want simpler rubrics to assess lower level students, while they also expected that we didn't leave or we didn't move out from the characteristic of the ability to be assessed using the rubric. So, yeah. So probably the final things that we would say, emphasizing on what we had just now mentioned to you. Most of the assessment instruments, yeah, actually, which were used by the teachers are not authentic or not appropriate, like what I described just now. Now, and the teacher were ready to change, yeah. So because they are agent of change, you know, that they are ready to change, then this is a very good condition. Yeah, we can imagine if we have instruments, good rubrics, but the teacher refused to implement it. This is a big problem. But the problem here is because the teacher were not able to implement appropriate assessment. Then to make them change is much easier. Yeah, they also are aware of the challenges, yes, but they actually has promised to change. Yeah. So they expected to be provided with assessment. Yeah. So it means that the researchers have to design the assessment. Yeah, and the instruments and the tasks. We mean assessment tasks, which is appropriate for the need of the students. Wow. Actually, this is the finding of the first year of our study. We have a longitudinal study, and currently now we are developing the instruments, yeah, used by which will be used by the teacher later on, yeah. In the 4 skills, and using portfolio assessment, performance assessment, self-assessment, product assessment, and project assessment. So hopefully, yeah, at the end of this year, we completed the second term of our study and provided the teachers with the product of assessment. Then later in the 3rd year, we will try to try the instrument or the product out, and we will go to the field and meet the teachers and ask them to see whether the product that we provide them meet the need of the EFL learning in Bali, like what the teachers expected. So we have concluded what we had done in first year, and so that's all for the presentation. So thank you very much. Matur suksema. This is Balinese greeting. Matur suksema, and we close the presentation with Om Santi 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 Om. May God bless us all. So have a nice time and happy time, fun time in Britain with your colleges. We miss you so much. Mwah! Thank you.